Hey guys, and welcome back to Best Practice TV. In this episode, we're continuing our three-part series on looking at your self-improvement cycle and your management system in your business. Stay tuned. What we're talking about today is having an effective management meeting or an effective meeting in your business so you can be really productive with what you need to achieve, use everybody's time as efficiently and effectively as possible, and get good quality outcomes. Too often we hear stories, and you probably got this common complaint, is that meetings are a total waste of time. So what we've talked about here is a couple of top tips or how-tos from us here at Best Practice, what we've practiced to have an effective meeting. And there's a couple of agenda items that I'll go through with you right now. The first thing is to plan your agenda. It's really important to understand that you've got an allocated set of time. That might be 45 minutes to an hour to 2 hours or a full day, but it's really important to plan out your agenda. When you're looking at each agenda item that you want to cover or the points you want to cover, it's really important to allow enough time for each one of those items to be really thinking, oh, we've got 45 minutes, can we get through all of these? And thinking about the parts. So you want to introduce the point, have the discussion, make the decision. Have you got all the data to make the decision? Maybe you're going to pause that topic and bring it into the next meeting or the next discussion, or people have got to go away. So it's not about having a random rambling discussion, and those are the types of meetings that people will typically complain about and say are ineffective. So plan your agenda, have an allocated amount of time, and think about the outcome. Be specific about the decisions or the inputs and outputs that you want to make from each item on your agenda, and even outlay that decision, yes, no, about this thing. Today, I'm going to be presenting a new software package to my team here. We're about to go into that meeting here at Best Practice. I'm being very specific about, do we want to run a pilot, yes or no? We're not making the decision about what we're doing into the future. We're making a decision about allocating resources to test the new software, and that's very specific. So we're going to have lots of discussions, but the discussion isn't going to be centered around whether we are or aren't going to use this thing. It's very specifically about, are we doing a pilot, and what do we hope to see or get out of that pilot? So a very specific decision on that very specific agenda item. Having a set of healthy meeting rules, or having a set of meeting rules, and there's lots of, if you do a Google search, you can find that sort of stuff. What are your rules going to be? Here at Best Practice, technology off the table, phones on flight mode, iPads on flight mode so they can't ring, if that technology is being used in the meeting. So if we're using phones or iPads to take notes or record, or cameras, those sorts of things, but it's not about taking calls, because then you're stealing time from the other people in the meeting. And so put everybody's egos in a basket, that's your phones, and get on with the meeting, and get on with using everybody's time and investing that time, because the business is making an investment in the salaries and wages of the people at the meeting. Don't steal that very valuable resource from everybody. Now, the last point is ensure that everybody is clear on their tasks at the end of that meeting. So writing a to-do list, that each person writes a to-do list, and it's a quick whip around the session to say, right, is everybody clear on what they need to do? Decisions being made, tasks are delegated and allocated, and then in the next meeting, you can come back and do follow-up. How'd you go with that task? Those are some of our healthy rules, some of our best practice top tips for running an effective management meeting, and that is part of your cycle of continual improvement in your business. So don't forget to follow us on YouTube, don't forget to like our Facebook page, and watch out, because we're going to write some long thread articles on this on our LinkedIn page. So jump onto LinkedIn, look for Best Practice. So have a look at the YouTube page, and stay tuned. We've got the third episode coming to you very soon. See you soon.